Yes, team level, welcome back to Planner on Purpose with me, Coach Paul. In this session, I'm covering a crucial part of your planning, your whys. I speak to a lot of people that have accumulated a lot of stuff, bought this, was sold that, because it was a good idea and the right thing to do at the time. But when I ask why they bought this, invested in that, got this insurance, I often see a bit of a confused expression and often a somewhat foggy answer. I'm not saying for 1 second you've done the wrong thing. In many cases, it's quite the opposite. But really understanding the reason why you're doing what you're doing really adds purpose, often shapes what you do going forwards, and I find absolutely motivates clients to see things through to the end. So let's start thinking a bit. Who goes to the gym? Me, work in progress for sure. Who does sport? But why do you do that? Why do we go and get educated, get degrees, get qualifications in work? Why? Why is it a good idea to get a good, consistent night's sleep? Well, we do these things for a reason, right? We do them on purpose. We want to be fitter. We want to be better. We want to be more alert. We want to be more focused. We want to be a better version, or dare I say it, the best version of ourselves, right? But these are some examples of some whys. Would you agree? So what are those things that are really important to you? Life, and so your plans, will change over time. And what's not on the radar right now may well be later. So it's really important to try and understand things that could or should be important. Because when you realise a goal is important, while it's never too late, you may have a mountain to climb and you may just have to settle for a little bit less than what you hoped for. What could be the consequences for not planning for those future events? And ask yourself how you'd feel. How would you feel if you worked for 20, 30, 40 years and had to struggle being a pensioner when you could have been a retiree? How would you feel if something suddenly happened to you which meant your family were left without an income? How would you feel if the tax man ended up being a bigger beneficiary of your wealth than your wife and your kids? Crazy. Then flip that around and ask yourself, how would you feel if I did sort all these things out? How would you feel if you were worry-free? After all, what are you going to work for? It can't be just for today, surely. Once you have a good understanding of your whys, then you have half a chance of planning on purpose and not by accident. Keeping track of your whys will keep you on track. Keep that momentum and, most importantly, see things through. So what are your whys? Make a list and I'll see you on the next session.